On August 4th, 2023, in the busy Italian port of Civitavecchia, a dramatic incident unfolded with the legendary ocean liner Queen Mary 2. What was supposed to be a routine departure from Rome turned into a tense moment when strong gusts of wind suddenly tore her forward mooring line. Within seconds, the ship, weighing over 148,000 gross tons, began drifting away from the pier. Passengers and crew watched in shock as both the forward and aft gangways collapsed into the water. Winds that evening were exceptionally strong for a port environment, with powerful gusts that made it impossible for the weakened mooring to hold. As the bow of Queen Mary 2 swung away from the pier, the vessel's sheer size and momentum posed an immediate danger to nearby ships, including a large private mega-yacht docked close by. For a moment, a collision seemed inevitable. Fortunately, tugboats stationed nearby were called into action within minutes. They pushed against the drifting hull, gradually regaining control and guiding the vessel back toward the pier. Their timely intervention not only saved the liner from possible damage, but also prevented an accident that could have caused millions in losses and serious reputational consequences for Cunard Line. Although no one was injured, the scene was alarming for passengers standing on open decks and watching events unfold. For many, it was a reminder of just how quickly conditions at sea or even in port can change. Crew members moved quickly to restrict access to affected areas, and the fallen gangways were recovered from the water. After thorough checks, the vessel was declared safe to continue her voyage. At that time, Queen Mary 2 was at the very start of her Mediterranean highlights cruise. Departing from Civitavecchia, her itinerary included calls at Valencia in Spain, Lisbon in Portugal, and finally a northward journey to Southampton in the United Kingdom. For most travelers, this voyage promised elegant evenings, Mediterranean sunshine, and the unmatched atmosphere of sailing aboard one of the last great ocean liners. Yet the early hours of the cruise reminded everyone on board that the sea and weather remain forces of nature not to be underestimated. This incident highlighted the dangers that even the largest ships can face when exposed to strong winds in confined port spaces. Mooring lines, though massive, are still vulnerable, and once a ship of this size starts to move, the consequences can escalate quickly. The swift action of tugboats and the professionalism of the crew prevented a potentially serious accident. For Queen Mary 2, the event passed without injuries or long-term damage, but it remains a striking example of how critical seamanship, port infrastructure, and rapid emergency response are to the safety of modern cruise travel. It was a close call that passengers will never forget, a reminder that behind the elegance of luxury, cruising lies the constant vigilance required to keep a giant of the seas under control.